seen two different pictures online, and we're going to start off by addressing this. And before we get started, I already understand we're going to have some people that's going to feel some type of way, and I want to make sure that I make this very, very clear. I am not I'm not talking about the women that were married and, for whatever reason, their husband ended up leaving them or whatever. Or even women that have just been good, genuine people and, they've been rocking with somebody for however long and that person decided to just get up and leave or just not, take care of the child or whatever. I'm not speaking to those individuals. Now, the bust downs out there, which is the majority of these people that feel some type of way about what I have to say, because it's so crazy to me, whether I'm on a podcast or whether I do these pre-recorded videos. It seems like the overwhelming majority of the people, the women that feel some type of way, are the bust downs. The ones that go out here and they bust it down for a real one, and they get upset because I put out videos like this and, I say things that might trigger them. Listen, fam, if you decide to get out here and do whatever it is that you do with all of these different people or whatever, and unfortunately, you start to have children or whatever, then, hey, that's on you. You can't get upset with me. Like they said, man, don't try to pick a fight with the messenger, man. But anywho, I seen this picture online, and the caption was like the POV of what happens when somebody put a guy on child support and they get less than what they thought they were gonna get. Oh my goodness. Man, listen, I think that these pictures, these videos are always the funniest, because how many people this thing just triggers, like they be getting so upset, like I'm reviewing their case. Like, listen, hey, if this is your situation, man, don't be that hit dog that hollers all the time. Like, play the background, fam. Anyway, I thought that this was very interesting, right? Because you got some people, some individuals out there that are just greedy. Like, they do things and they try to be spiteful, right? And, whether you want to call it karma, whether you want to call it life, whatever you want to call it, man, listen, I absolutely love seeing stuff like this, because these people get exactly what it is that they deserve, right? You tried your best to sabotage that guy, his life, or whatever, and the guy probably would be more than willing to look out for the child, right? Because mind you, I know a lot of men out there that were doing as much as they could, when they were put on child support. Well, before they were put on child support. And then the baby mama, for whatever reason, takes that guy to court because she wants more. It's not enough. It's never enough. Shout out to 50 Cent, man. I think the same thing happened with 50 Cent in 50 Cent's case, where the mother of his children, he was giving her like $100K per month or something like that. It was a nice little chunk of change, more than probably what she really needed. And so she took 50 to court, thinking that the judge was gonna get more. Like, man, this man making millions of dollars. I know I can get more out of him. Took him to court, and lo and behold, man, that thing was sliced. I don't even think it was sliced by half. I think it was sliced by more than that. She was getting freaking crumbs compared to what he was giving her. And then, again, it's unfortunate because the children in these situations, they sit there and they live with the mom. And the mom is bitter. She's upset because, listen, she blocked your blessing, the child's blessing, and her own blessing. Because the money that 50 was giving her, man, listen, she could have took care of the child, make sure that they were good and all this other stuff. And now you got 50s. I don't know if it's his older son or whatever. Every time you see him, his son is, writing little posts here and there, feeling some type of way or whatnot. Man, listen, bro. The real villain in this situation is your mom. And that's the truth in a lot of different cases. The villain in most of these situations be the mother. And again, it's unfortunate that the child is caught in between the crosshairs of all of this, man. And I know there's gonna be some people out there that say, hey man, you still need to take care of your children. Like, there is never or hardly ever any accountability on the mother, right? Because again, mind you, before all of this stuff, in a lot of different cases, you have the guy that is more than willing to make sure that that child is taken care of. Like, as long as you're not coming at that man disrespectfully, and you approach him like the father of your child, hey, such and such, Anthony is going back to school. He needs a pair of shoes. Is it, can you help us out or whatever, or help out or whatever? And man, listen, I hear these type of conversations oftentimes, whether it be in the workplace, when I was working, and like single mothers, bitter. Let me scratch that. Bitter single mothers are always the loudest in the freaking room, the loudest when it comes to these type of conversations, because they're always feeling some type of way. They're always feeling triggered. But you cannot go out here and be disrespectful and act, be this bitter, again, this bitter person, and think that you're going to get a positive response from that guy. And I think that, if y'all are not together, I don't think it's that hard to co-parent. I think that people make it hard on themselves because, again, they try to be that enforcer. You're trying to make somebody do something. And when it comes to a man, you cannot force, you cannot try to guilt trip, you can't throw sign language, you can't throw insults and all this other stuff out at the person that you're asking help from. It don't make any sense. Like, if you honestly want a healthy co-parenting situation, then the best thing you can do is at least be respectful towards that guy. And I think, honestly, that will literally wipe out any need for child support in most cases. In most cases, it's, the worst type of doggone communication for whatever reason. One party or both parties is feeling some type of way towards each other because they're no longer together. But I guarantee you, if both of y'all butts sit down like freaking adults and have a conversation and listen and be respectful towards each other, that child will have a better life. 10 times. Listen, I would be willing to put an insane amount of money on that. If you get two people that are no longer together for whatever reason, I think that everybody should go back to, their baby mama, their baby, whatever, baby daddy, and, those children. After those children leave a nest, then y'all can go ahead and do whatever it is that y'all want to do. But this is what I believe. If you decide to co-parent, then the best thing that you can do is just be respectful towards each other, have an open line of communication, don't disrespect each other, and I guarantee you, guys, if y'all approach it like that, I'm not going to disrespect her. If she got another man, cool. Women, I'm not going to disrespect him. If he got another woman, cool. But we still got to do what we have to do and be respectful towards each other to make sure that our child has the best shot, because we effed up. Eat that. We effed up as parents. We effed up as people. And the sooner that people get that through their brain, that they can't just flat out just disrespect somebody and think that they're supposed to, be with the go along, get along gang, I think that situations like this would happen a lot less. You can't force your way, because we're seeing what happened. Like, this is starting to happen a lot more now. Like, guys are just like, yo, bro, I'm not putting up with this mess, man. Again, the guys of yesteryear, they lay down, They pay that doggone 70% of their doggone paycheck in child support or whatever. They let the mother of their child talk to them crazy. It's not happening like that anymore. These guys are finally starting to wake up, and also these judges as well. These judges is like, yo, nah, fam. Like, you know, these guys are getting wrecked in child support court, and these are not even bad guys. This is just people, guys in a situation with a bitter person, and she's trying her best to sabotage this man's lifestyle. And no, I'm gonna give you exactly what it is that I believe that the child should have. You, as a grown adult, still need to get out there. You need to work, and you need to do your doggone part. And I mean, if we keep it a band, most of these single women, single baby mamas or whatever out here aren't doing what they're supposed to do. They're not raising these children. Yeah, they have them in the household, but not most of the time. They sticking iPads in the front of their faces. They're not giving them anything that they can take and help make their life better. Clothes and shoes is the bare minimum. Food, that's the bare minimum. Most of y'all getting doggone, what is it, food stamps any damn way. Most of y'all are on freaking some type of housing authority or whatever. Y'all getting government assistance. Let's keep it a band. Most of y'all are not really like making sure that you're putting the right things in front of your children to make sure they're gonna have the best outcome. Most of them are on some type of, you know, medications or something like that because you as a parent aren't doing what you're supposed to do. And then again, they have to look for somebody to blame, so they try to blame the guy. And the guy in the situation is like, no, get child support to do it. That's what you went to doggone court for. You know, you did all of this hooping and hollering or whatnot. You wanted it. Now you got it. That's child support for you. Enjoy. Now, it was another picture. I seen this picture and I wanted to make sure that I went over this because I do believe that there is some truth behind this picture. A father can give everything that he has and still be treated like he was never there. Now this right here, honestly, man, I'm not gonna lie, it really hit home for me because I have some guys that are close to me, some family members that are phenomenal guys, great dads. And before, you know, you have people say this, that, the third, these men, I know some guys that have been in their child's lives since day one. My bad, the phone started tripping. My phone overheated. Anyway, so this right here kind of hit home because I know a lot of guys, great, phenomenal men, phenomenal fathers that have been in their child's lives since day one. And when it comes to those basic things, the clothes, the shoes, you know, making sure that they show up for games, you know, doctor's appointments, whatever you name it, those guys do that. They've been doing that. And I look at and I see the history of how people look at fathers, father figures, whatever, man. It is so crazy how much, especially those biological dads, are always looked down upon. And you have guys out there, again, phenomenal freaking men, phenomenal men. And all it takes is one disagreement, one argument, one, I don't know, man, you know, some miscommunication or whatever, and people are ready to pull out their doggone pitchforks or whatever and just pretty much discredit the dads, the fathers, people, men that have been in those children's lives forever. Because you got a few different situations. You got some situations where, for whatever reason, the mom probably don't rock with him anymore. They had a falling out or whatever. She chose to move on, whatever the case may be. And now those children are looking down on their dad. Like, hey, my mom don't rock with you. You know, I can't necessarily rock with you. Or you even have situations where the mom and the dad have been in each other's lives this entire time. They've been rocking with each other this entire time. And I've seen this a lot from older generations, right? where the children have gotten older and, you know, maybe they've seen some arguments or some disagreements between the mom and the dad. And I mean, I think it's natural, right, for us to oftentimes take the mother's side or take the woman's side for whatever reason. Believe all women, we know what that's all about. But in reality, the truth is, relationships have their up and downs. People are going to have their disagreements. You're going to have sometimes where the mom might be wrong, the dad might be wrong, the woman might be wrong, the man might be wrong. But I'm trying to figure out, why is that? Why is it that as soon as the father is wrong, we automatically want to discredit everything that he's done on up until this point? We automatically want to look down on those guys, those men that have been there, breaking their backs, working from sun up to sundown to make sure you got clothes on your back, you know, a roof over your head, food on the table. Why is it that, again, as soon as those guys make one mistake, that, yo, it's up from here. I can't rock with my dad. He did this and he did that. I just don't get that from people, children that have now gotten older, that should know better. It's like, it's so crazy to me, man. It's so crazy. It's so foreign. I believe that in life, everybody makes their mistakes. Everybody, men and women. There go my aunt. Yeah, everybody makes their mistakes. And it's okay. I mean, we're people. We're human. We're supposed to make mistakes. We're supposed to make mistakes. But I don't believe that anybody, male or female, you're supposed to hang that over their head for the rest of their lives. Like, you know, I oftentimes on this channel, on other channels, talk about forgiveness, forgiving people. And you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for you. But people don't understand that, man. That's the reason why you have a lot of people that look a lot older than what they are. You know, because they're carrying around that baggage, they're carrying around that unnecessary stress, and they believe and they think that as long as I hold a grudge over this person or over that person, you know, they're gonna feel some type of way. No, most of the time, people don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? You got some people that you know, it bothers them or whatever, but most of the time it's you. You have to be willing to forgive for you. And I honestly, I hope and I pray that we get to a point where both men and women can both come to the front of the congregation, have a conversation, and be able to, you know, sort through all of this mess, right? Man, I believe that it's coming in the next few years where we're going to have an even playing field where I'm willing to hear you out, I'm willing to hear you out. You know, let's sit down, let's talk about this. And I think that we're getting to the point where we're having a healthier space just in general. Through these conversations, these reactions or whatever, I think that, again, you got a lot of people out here, a lot of content creators, a lot of people that aren't content creators that are really out here doing the work. And I really see in the next few years a huge change coming. But I want to hear from y'all. What do you guys think about this, these two pictures or whatever down below, or my commentary? You know, listen, I'm always open. I'm always ready to, you know what I'm saying, get in the ring, spar it out with some folks or whatever, because there's going to be some people that feel some type of way. But at the end of the day, what I would love to do is just to hear from everybody, both sides of the coin. And if you have any points that you want to put up here, please drop it down in the comments below and let's talk about it. All right, until the next time, y'all be blessed, y'all be beautiful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Blueberry, Burberry, button-up, tan skin, mixed race, buttercup, Canada weather, got a bundle up. I'm tryna work, she hit my phone, she wanna, whoa, too bad was, you know they